Hey guys, so just to double check, drop me on message in the chat if you can A, see me, and B, hear me at YouTube and at Twitch. Can't see. Why is that? That's interesting. So you can't see me at Twitch, but I can see myself on YouTube. Okay guys, so hop on to YouTube. Let's forget about Twitch for now. I will figure that one later. Which is great. Nice. Anyways, I was expecting this, to be honest. This is obviously my first serious stream. I did try streaming a little bit back in the day, but was it really successful? Nobody was watching it. Miniok, please. You serious? Yeah, that's cool. It's an inside joke. I mean, if you're not from Poland, you're not gonna understand. So I tried streaming before. Massive failure. I was the only person that was actually watching myself, which made no sense. But now, hey guys, you're here, so we are going to play Project Zomboid, and this is exactly why you guys are here. So yeah, let's just forget about my face and let's start playing. So guys, what's on the menu for today? So this is going to be a brand new playthrough that I've started. The general idea behind this playthrough is we're starting in Irvington. So we are like at the very southwestern corner of the map. And my idea is to traverse the entire Knox County and head all the way to Louisville, which will probably not succeed because it's a massive undertaking. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I've managed to get to Louisville once in my entire life. But first, let's meet the main character of our playthrough, Brian Buford, a firefighter from Irvington. And I've made a really wonky build, if you guys are interested. So I picked the fire officer profession because I kind of like to start with this red t-shirt. Has this cool vibe to it. And if you're interested what else is in the build, and this is not, any kind of OP build. I just figured it out while preparing for the stream. I took a weak stomach and a light drinker. That's to reflect my very own personal traits, as I am both a light drinker and I tend to have a weak stomach. And I am also a slow reader, so this character reflects myself a little bit. But on the other hand, I picked organized, which I think is a massively good trait to have in your character. And also brave, because, Minyuk can tell you if I'm brave or not. And yeah, guys, feel free to chat. Feel free to chat. I would like this to be interactive. If you have any questions while we play the game, feel free to kind of interact and let's see where it goes. My guess is this is not gonna end well. Probably die pretty quickly. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention. This is like vanilla survival difficulty. So I didn't mingle with the population of the zombies. I normally play sandbox and tweak the zombie count a little bit to the lower side, just to have a bit of an easier playthrough. But this one is going to be a bit more challenging. So let's see if we manage. First, let's get organized. I didn't take the plunger. Did I take it? Oh, it's a toilet brush. It's not a plunger. Okay, so weapon. Okay, this is not great, but it's also not terrible. Clear the area first. So if you're interested in these little pop-ups in the right corner of the screen, those are Braven's achievements, which I really like, actually. Give you kind of a sense of purpose. That's 1040. So I'm curious, guys, when you start a new playthrough, what are the things that you would normally do? What would be your, like, typical game start? What I would normally do is kind of just look around the area, see what's near me, try to, you know, capitalize on the surroundings and hope that there are no alarms. I mean, triggering an alarm at the very early stage of the game, it's such a massive problem, because you're literally without weapons, usually without weapons. Not much you can do. Oh, this is bad. I let one of them in. I want to get to that basement here. Probably locked, yeah. Rush. Come on. Not a single tool. No hammers. Not even a metal pipe. So far a bit unlucky. Problem. Why are you sad? I don't know. Okay, 11:40. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hide here. There is no TV here. No, not a good house. I want to watch some TV now because it's high time for Life and Living. There are no TVs here. Oh, and hold on, guys. I see I'm not getting your chats. I'm not getting visibility on your chats, so let me just fix something quickly so I can see what your guys are writing there in the chat. So I can respond to you, right? That's the whole point of this. So, not sure if you heard this, but when I was preparing for this stream, they were saying that the best solution is to have like dual monitors, so you can have your gameplay on one monitor and you can kind of have everything else on the other side. Problem is I have a laptop, so there is you know, a bit of a challenge to follow everything, but I'm gonna have a good solution. So if you see me looking to the side from time to time, that's because I'm looking at the chat. So get a rock if there are no weapons. Yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't think about using foraging. And I did miss the key. You're right. Yeah, you're right. I missed the key. There was a key there. Okay, we're just gonna forget about life and living for now. Try to get to that basement. And I know too much running is not advised. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a short break. Get to the basement there. I'm really hoping for any kind of a tool. Okay, this looks promising. This looks very promising, actually. Nice. Okay. Tools. Bro, come on. Well, we can swing a toaster at the zombies. That's a great idea. Let's try that. Okay, no weapons. Why is too much running not advised? Well, basically you're gonna tire out your character. And on the one hand, running improves your fitness, but you don't want to engage zombies while being too tired. Simple as that. Honey's not gonna be helpful. Guys, let me know, do you like sneak a lot or do you just like walk regularly? Ah, battery. Gonna help me at this stage. Yeah, I want to rest, but there's an open window over there. Something happened here. Do you guys know that the school over here? I know there's a like a high school in Irvington, but I'm not sure if this is high school or something else. Oh, come on. Gonna smack them with that chicken leg. Oh. Don't want to attract these guys. Yeah, and one of you wrote in the chat that it's stressful. The starts are stressful. They are super stressful because when you kind of get settled into the game, you have some basic equipment. It's so much easier. But when you know, just beginning the game, oftentimes you're empty-handed. It's really not that easy. Yeah, it's probably too hot for a leather coat, but extra protection. Yeah, that's the high school. I definitely don't want to. So what do you guys think? Traverse back? There are some cars here. Oh, that guy broke the window. No, I'm not jumping through a broken window. Mushrooms. That's gonna be very useful now. You know what? I have a really good feeling about this house. No. Hold that thought. No, I don't have a good feeling about this house. So, rocks. That's a great idea, but I don't see any rocks, guys. Where did you see any rocks? I can't see any rocks. That's a large stone over there. Oh, oh, hold on. Yeah, you got it. Oh, this is bad. This is bad, but this is salvageable. Can you imagine yourself in this situation? Like, that could be your neighbor, and you gotta smack their head with a rock. That would have to be so crazy. Okay. Nice. That was decent. That was decent. Do you guys have a neighbor that you wouldn't mind smacking with a piece of stone? I have one. Maybe not really proud of saying that, but there is this neighbor that I have that's super annoying. And if they turn into a zombie, no regrets whatsoever. handy as well. Running over fences. Yes, you can trip, especially if you're tired of, or if you're overburdened, then the chance of tripping over is... And maybe that was not the smartest thing to do. Should I smack it with a hammer and try to get into this car? What do you think? I don't think it makes sense. Terrible condition anyway. So I think for what I would like to achieve today, let's say within the next few days of game time, is get a weapon, obviously, find a vehicle, and then, guys, you need to help me make a decision, because since I want to move towards Louisville at some point, I was thinking either going east through Rosewood, which would technically make sense since our character here is a fireman, and then we could get into the Rosewood fire station, get some fire axes. Or, that's the second option that I'm considering, is first go north and head to Akron. I've never been to Akron, so this would be a discovery for me as well. So what do you guys think? Should we, if we somehow manage to get a vehicle, should we head east to Rosewood or north to Akron? That's one vote for Rosewood, and I know why you said that. I absolutely know why you said that. Yeah, and obviously I'm planning ahead. I have no car yet, so it's not granted we will even get there, but worth trying. I always freak out when I open windows. Banging on the window. Get him and get some peace here, gee. I don't like this. Yo, so one of the things that I've learned to do is know when to just give up and try too hard. My guy is sad. TV here. There are like 2 televisions on at the same time. That would drive me crazy. The show, okay. What is the badger? Do you collect plushies? Because I do. I mean, I love plushies. One of the things I'm a collector, like in general. So in one of my playthroughs, I collect postcards, like 30 different postcards. Another playthrough, I was collecting plushies. But plushies are kind of typical thing that you can collect. Curious if you guys collect anything special. I saw one guy that was trying to find all the home videos, which on its own seems like an insane challenge, even to give oneself. But hey, a sense of purpose. You need that in the apocalypse. A sense of. What about picture of Kate? Did anybody manage to get the picture of Kate? Finally something. It could be worse. I want to check that cat over there. It's gonna be getting dark. Picture of Kate. It's an item. It's basically what it says it is. It's a picture of a woman. And supposedly, and somebody confirmed me on this one, it's supposedly it's the most rare item are able to find in the game. And I found one. I did found a picture of Kate once. Funny story, my wife was sitting next to me and I kind of shouted that I found the picture of Kate and she was like, "Who's Kate? Why are you so happy about finding her picture?" None of this is gonna help. Screwdriver. Screwdriver will help me. Now, screwdriver is super useful when you have I think it's called the common sense mod, which allows you to lockpick doors. You need a paper clip and a screwdriver, and that way you can pretty much get into anything. Cars, kinds of houses. Okay, so we finally started getting some semi-decent loot. Nothing to be overly excited about. Paperclip. Wrench. This would do. Would be able to rush. If you would be able to get into that car, would be sufficient for now. Obviously locked, and it has no window. Okay, so our boy's gonna have a steak. Gonna take a break for now. Sleep. At least I know in which part of Irvington I am right now. And the initial intention was to get as far southwest as possible. And the funny thing is that we are almost at the most western part of Irvington as possible. So indeed, if this guy manages to get to Louisville, it's going to be literally from the westernmost area of the game all the way to Louisville. So how did we do yesterday? Not bad, actually. Not bad. This is a really fancy mode that I like, this daily report journal. It captures everything that your character managed to achieve on the day. 26 zombies. Not great, not terrible. Is it possible to open the safes in the bank? I have no idea. I think they are just decorative, as far as I know. But maybe chat can help here. Tell me that I'm wrong. But if I'm not mistaken, and I don't want to use the online map, I don't want to make things easier. If I'm not mistaken, an area right here is where rich people live. That's where you get all these fancy 3-story houses with basements, all the fancy stuff rich people have. And also there is an area with a lot of houses right here. And high school is over here, so the main road out of Irvington, the road to Rosewood, is somewhere over here. So I think what we're gonna do is, I think I'm gonna try and go through this area first, and once I do that, I will backtrack, bypass the high school. I don't want to get into, hopefully I'll be able to find a car over here, and then try to take this road all the way to the main. See if my memory serves me right. I wish it was a bit later. Need to get some early morning sun. You want the money. The funny thing is, one of my playthroughs, I was actually collecting money. I had like 250, and those are not bills, because when you look at the icon, it's not specifically like a bill, but it's more like a stash of money. So there are bills and coins, but I had like 250 of them. There is in the achievement mode that I'm using, Raven's achievements, there is actually an achievement to collect, I think, 1,000 stacks of money. I never managed to get to that point. Plus, it's super tedious and frustrating because you need to, oftentimes you find money in wallets, so you need to kind of, kill zombies, then individually loot every single wallet. I just don't have the patience for that, man. Honestly, I really don't have the patience. But yeah, I mean, you know, again, collecting stuff. Collecting stuff is nice. Gives you a sense of purpose. Like our guy, Planet Dragon. I think I butchered his nickname. The guy with the cars in our Discord community. Now that's a hobby. That's a nice hobby to have. One of the members of the community is collecting cars. Has a lot filled with 150 renovated cars. He shared screenshots in the Discord. It's absolutely amazing. And a lot of work, which I really respect. Guys, got anything you probably? So, chat, let me know. Do you consider multi-hit cheating or not? Because I've heard conflicting opinions on this. And I saw people saying that when you have multi-hit, it's kind of a noobish move. So I'm interested. Ooh. I'm interested in your opinion. Okay, so this looks like a survivor's house. Whoa. Eesh, that was close. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. Okay, let's risk it. No hammer, no nothing. Mark it for later. Because right now I'm not going to be able even to get inside those houses. Hammer to remove the barricades. But something tells me it's really worth looting these areas. Really. Okay, this looks clear. Got you. Oh, interesting. I can break this? Why? Yeah, I can handle two. What is my greatest achievement so far? Okay, it's gonna sound super cringe what I'm gonna say now, but I think my greatest achievement is that I've actually started the YouTube series. I was contemplating doing content for a really long time, and finally get the courage, start doing it. Really, Project Zomboid is where everything kind of started for me, in a sense that I was also, before I started my Project Zomboid series, I was doing some Hell Let Loose stuff. But really, Project Zomboid is where I found that I find it enjoyable. And the fact that, you know, some of you like the content, watch it. That's my greatest achievement. But when you ask me for like pure in-game stuff, I think when I build a lake house, there's a small lake just southeast of Muldrow, and that was on build 41, by the way. I've managed to survive for like half a year, and I've built like my very own lake house. It had everything. It had electricity, it had fresh water. That was cool. I spent few in-game months setting that up, building, bringing materials. When I finally finished, guess what? I got bored and I stopped playing for like 6 or 7 months because there was nothing else to do. Like, okay, finally, look at this. Now we're gonna have some. So that's definitely my biggest achievement up until now. And this one time playing with my son, I'm not sure if he's on right now or not. We've managed to break through the first roadblock to Louisville, and we died at the outskirts of Louisville. When you enter Louisville, that was also build 41 because there, when you enter Louisville, get that outskirts where you have the video store, there is a gas station, left-hand side of the main road, and we died there. But just getting through the blockade was a big thing for us at that. Yeah, my guy is totally freaked out. And honestly, I cannot blame him. If I would be in his situation, I would also be totally freaked out. Catching up, chat. Okay. Look, guys, check this out. that's a funny thing. He's walking through windows. Window Jesus. Okay, so we are in an area of Irvington which is definitely filled with better houses. Now, I should not be jumping over fences like this. Kids don't do that. Ooh, look, somebody has a pool over here. Still no cars. Nothing that I could use for like traveling. Ma'am, can I please maybe... Okay, now that I've got the metal bat, I'm indestructible. The only thing that would work better is an fire axe. Fire axe would be awesome. Photograph of beautiful young women. And someone posing with a gun. I think I have an idea who lived here. This is a mafia house. Oh, this is nice. Oh, medieval armory. Guys, I just finished filming videos for out of the masterclass. It's gonna talk about the armors, weapons that you can craft using metalworking. Can you imagine there is a total of 7 different magazines for weapons and for armor? I mean, good luck finding all the out and I because they wanted to craft everything that's needed for the video, and I tested out the armors. They really underwhelming. And if you're wondering why I like the sand one. I would prefer a cool car tire. Tire is not gonna get me anywhere. Anyway, what are our calories? I probably missed that. Just Curtis, you've mentioned there was a small backpack. I missed that. Yeah, I could use a backpack. But I'm just, you know, just a little bit overwhelmed with everything that's going on. Since it is my first. Bear with me. I'm gonna get better at this. You guys see what's here? That's a Hotties. You gotta get that one. Hotties is also one of the things that I am collecting. Sometimes you just gotta do it the hard way. Do real quick. Too heavy. Hunting vest with patches. You know, the funny thing is that I have a sense that I am really butchering the game now. You know, I've made a few videos on how to play the game, and now that I am actually playing the game, I know what to do and where to. But I can assure you that playing, you know, videos. Thank you, Rhino. By the way, is it Reno or Rhino? Because I always was wondering. And I don't want to butcher your nickname. Let me know. That would be. Book show at 11. Oh no, it's a commercial. That's unusual. Why is there a cook show at 11? Shouldn't it be at 12? Now I'm confused. Guys, help me out here. I think be at noon. Gotcha. So it's Reno. Probably butchering that in. Quickly check upstairs. Excuse me, sir. Do you have car keys? You do, actually. Whatever that is. M1018 cargo train. Definitely not a car. So one of the things that is not really... Oh, postcard! Postcard from Pisa. Fun fact, I've been to Pisa. Believe it or not, that tower really is leaning quite heavily. Let's sit through carpentry and move. Weight is still going down. Calorie. Ice cream would be good. If you ever need to quickly get your calories up, actually not calories, but your overall nutrition up to regain weight, ice cream is all. But not those like small popsicles, but this whole like cup of ice. Eat one and you're all set for the day. Got a bit of lag. So, yeah, Don, about the shows, I was actually meaning to deep dive into that well, because that's one of the really good ways to get a head start. I definitely need to read more, because I was sure it fixed times. Apparently I was wrong. Yeah, I wanted ice cream. Not this type of item. Ooh, what do you guys think? Baseball bat or crowbar? I'm a crowbar. And I'm already starting to carry a little too much. Sorry, sir. Didn't expect you'd be naked. Go away. No car keys. Okay, got more cars. That's promising. Yeah, our guy is getting a bit tired. I think we're gonna check 3 cars actually. And we don't want to go there. We definitely do not want to go. So I'm gonna check these 3 cars. Visually they look in good condition, so I could only get the car keys. And has anyone ever managed to find car keys on the ground next to the car? Because to me it seems like an urban legend that there could be car keys laying there. Okay. Not this one. Chevalier step van. Is it this one right here or is it this red one? I think. What is my car guy? Not this one. It could be this one. Or it could be none of them. Because why not? You know what? Do first. Give him a bit of rest. Okay. Now I'm in no position to grab this shotgun at this point. I would love to grab this shotgun, but it's too heavy. I'm not gonna carry around this shotgun, but it would be useful. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a note that... And taking notes, by the way, is such an important thing to do. Rest up, my boy. Gotta check that car. You know what? Something tells me those car keys are... But we gotta check. And I really don't want these noises to attract the Zeds who are over there. Because that wouldn't be too much, but we don't need to fight them right now. And of course, windows. I don't need them. That would not. Okay. Good. Well, at least we've got some recipes. He's got a drink first. So I took the high thirst trait, and I wasn't expecting that he needs to drink so much. Like all the time. What I would normally do is I wouldn't play too much with the builds. I know, you know, some folks really do really crazy builds where they add multiple negative traits and they compensate with the positive traits. I never really dig deep into that. I would normally pick just the profession and maybe, you know, balanced it out with organized because I really like organized. But actually my favorite profession is lack of profession, and I just go unemployed and I spread the skill points accordingly. I like the thick-skinned trait. I like organized. I like fast learner. I think that's such an important trait. I didn't take fast learner in this one because honestly I wasn't expecting we're gonna survive all that long. But we'll see. And it's 6 p.m. so we will be getting some skill points, and it's agriculture, and somebody is interrupting my show. That really was not polite. Well, one thing I can say is that this guy has a solid swing. Maybe not an old-timer, but... Okay, I shouldn't have praised him. All of a sudden, he just... I cannot do any damage. Okay, hold on. Ring. Okay, there's another key ring. And another car key. To a dart. I think this is a dart. Or maybe it is, but it's not dart that we... Who keeps a dead mouse in the cupboard of your, like, bathroom? What is this? What are VODs? I have no clue how to answer this question because I know what's that. Please explain. Okay, guys, day 2. Still alive. And we're getting our stats improved. 35 kills. Nice. You know, there's one thing I didn't do that I should do yesterday, and that's exercise. Want to exercise. And this is exactly why I don't exercise myself. I exercise so much in game that my body can only take as much as it can take. Is that? This is a dart. Yes! Let's go. Okay, no gas. Please be in good condition. Please be drivable. Alright. Alright, this will do, guys. This is good. So we only need fuel now. This is really great. So a rubber hose and some sort of a gas can or bottle. Gas can. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Now all we need is a rubber hose. You see, and that's one of the things I really like in build 42. Is that you need that rubber hose to siphon gas. It made no sense whatsoever to be able to siphon gas directly into a water bottle. I mean, how do you imagine that working? You're gonna tilt the car over so that the gas from the fuel tank is gonna spill into the bottle? Like, sorry, bro, that doesn't work like that. Answering your question, yeah, this will be available later. We'll be posting the entire stream, and I will probably also maybe clip a few scenes from it and make a stream summary, but no promises. I want to put most of my shouldn't be doing that. I want to put most of the time that I have to work on videos, really, you know, work on the but hey, since I'm still unemployed and I still have a lot of time on my that hopefully not for long though. Hopefully. Rubber hose. Okay. Ideas, guys. Where should we go for a rubber hose? We'll probably check the garages. That's what I'm gonna do. How nice of them. Okay. Tons of useful stuff. Tons of useful stuff, but obviously not the thing we need right now. Check the garage and we've already been there. Go the other way. Okay, well this is not perfect, but it's not bad. This is manageable. Yeah, especially if they take turns. Oh, come on, bro. Winging like an idiot. Okay, got him. These have a rubber hose. Oops. Okay, well, that was really mismanaged on. But I want the cool hard hat. Okay. I don't want to... I could pry open the door, but I don't want to... Because it tires out your character. I don't want to do that. Yo, I'm swinging like an idiot. If anyone ever asks you which key on your keyboard is the most important key when playing Project Zomboid, it's spacebar. Don't let anyone else tell you differently. Paperclip. Nice. Yeah, I mean, hitting 3 zombies at the same time. Look, I get it. It can be considered semi-cheat. There you go. There you go. Okay. This is good. So the last thing we need is, you know, to just the car with a little bit of fuel in it. But that opens up so many options. And honestly speaking, my plan for today was not die. That was like point A, point B, get a vehicle. And if I get a vehicle, I'm gonna move to a location which I really love in this area, which is an absolutely OG place to set up a base. And we managed to get fuel. I'm gonna take you there. And it's actually the location where a lot of episodes of the masterclass have been filmed. So let's just hope we get enough gas to get there, or at least to get to the gas station. Oh, there's a church. This is the Irvington Church. Oh, I have a key to this car as well? Okay. Okay. All right. Guys, we're getting somewhere. I have lost words. I don't know what to say. This needs a celebration. This is great. This is perfect. Okay. So we are getting out of Irvington and heading out to one of my favorite locations in this area of the map. If I recall well, we gotta take a right here to the main road. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have beer at the location that I'm trying to get to. It's not a long drive, to be honest. It's not that bad. This is the main Irvington Road. They have lots of cool stuff in Irvington, actually. There's a huge mall on the other side of town. There are a couple of gas stations. There is a huge for all you farmers out there. Here's a post office, by the way. We like post offices. Like post office. And yeah, it's crawling with zombies, obviously. There is a really cool store. I think it's like a farmer's market. Tons and tons of seeds, all kinds of farming equipment. Here? Yeah, right here. Farming and rural supply. This place, if you want to set up a farm, is absolutely amazing. But let's get to Let's get to base 1. Let's call it base 1. That's where we're gonna get, and we'll probably end there, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. See how long it takes. I will definitely need like a 2-minute bio break. Tobacco shop for all you smokers over there. I should pay more attention to the road. And now we are getting out of Irvington, and on the left hand side there is a factory. Not sure if it's called a factory, but they make beef jerky there, right here. If you get inside these garages, these storage units, they have like 40 units of beef jerky. Oh, it's actually open. So we're gonna get some beef jerky. Won't hurt. And our guy needs to drink again. And apart from beef jerky, there are tons of sugar here. And if I recall well, they also have it's too dark. If I recall well, they also have, yeah, there's not gonna fool around, but they have a lot of refrigerators full with beef. They are making beef jerky. They need raw beef as well. So at early stages of the game, if you want a lot of meat, this is your place to go. And again, another cool place outside of Irvington is this warehouse. Tools, equipment. So when I started playing at build 42, at build 41, Muldrow was where I was kind of based out for most of the time. And when build 42 came out, I wanted to switch gears a little bit, try a different area of the map. And I started in Riverside, which I totally loved. And then I opened up a new playthrough and started in Echo Creek and ended up just outside of Irvington. Don't dial while driving. Yeah, I'll do my best, bro. I will do my best. Yep, the van was like full. It was super lucky. Not gonna lie, it was super lucky. I was a bit unlucky at the very beginning. Remember, I wasn't able to find anything valuable. But right now, I got a van in a really decent condition, full of gas. What else do we need? This is the famous Irvington cattle farm. And not only cattle, if you get inside that farm, there are cows, sheep, chickens, turkeys, you name it. And the place I am going to is very close now. It's gonna be a road, like a driveway, the right road. And if you guys are watching the masterclass, it's likely you will recognize this. They're having lunch. Breakfast, actually. It's 9:20. Nice. Really nice. I wasn't expecting we will manage to get here. Does Irvington have everything? Define everything. Does it have guns? Yes, there is a high school there, so it does have guns. No, I'm just kidding. There is actually a pretty cool gun shop in Irvington as well. So you've got pretty much everything that you need to really have a complete playthrough, because you got a supermarket, you have a metalworking shop, you have lots of you have 2 gas stations, you have a VHS store. There is this farmer's market where you have all the seeds and farming equipment. I'm trying to think of something else that you would need. Yeah, I think Irvington is more or less complete, in a sense that if you start there, you could probably never leave and still not face the issue of, you know, not having access to some essential things. Yo, I cannot believe I've actually made it here. This is so cool. And we've got a fatty over there. So cool. Before we end today's stream, I'm gonna quickly load my other save, but I think my character is not in base right now, because I wanted to show you the base that I've built here. But maybe I'll do it some other time. Maybe before the next stream. I'm gonna get my characters back here so that we kick off with a small base tour and then pick up the game where we left off. But honestly, I think this is one of the best places that you can consider living for a long-term survival, because this place has everything. Look at the map. It's right here. It's just off Irvington, as you've seen. It's not a long way to go. Echo Creek is somewhere over here. It's also a pretty short drive. And then when you hit Echo Creek, here is the highway to Rosewood, which we will probably take in the later stages of this playthrough. And you've got a small lake, got animals. This place has absolutely everything. I love it, and the house is nice. Story house, big garage. I'm gonna tell you, if I would win $1 million, that would be probably really close to what I would want to live in. Having so much stuff with me, I gotta reorganize. I'm gonna reorganize off stream. There's stuff around. Let's see what's in the house. Yeah, it's just like I remembered it. Beef jerky does not go bad. It's just beef jerky. It's just dried meat. Stays fresh forever. It doesn't have the fresh trait. So that's one of the better things you can find. And if you check the nutrition facts on beef jerky, what's really cool about it is not only does it have quite a decent amount of calories, but when you look at the split, it has both carbs, protein, and fat. So it alone, that was a mistake. Beef jerky alone is kind of a full meal. You don't need to mix it up with anything, because when you look at the weight management system of the game and how it works, it takes into consideration not only the intake of calories, but it also takes into consideration the intake of the various nutrients that you pack into your character. So if you say you eat only protein without any fats or carbs on top, your character will tend to lose weight. You need to mix that around. And beef jerky has everything. Jerky is like superfood. And guys, we are just in time for the Life and Living show. I mean, honestly, could not have been better. This is really great. Let's scratch that ticket, guys. Let's see if we've won anything. I usually find already tickets which are scratched. This one is... We're gonna see if we win the lottery. I once scratched a ticket and it said $5. That was so nice. Is there a way to make beef jerky? Not by default. But, on? Loser. Oh well. Not by default. As far as I know, in one of the mods... No, not in one of the mods, because the mods that I have for drying, they only let you dry fruits and vegetables. But for sure, in my comment section on the food preservation video, folks were dropping some really good suggestions on mods that allow meat drying as well. So I'm not sure if beef jerky is there by default, because I have not tested those mods yet. But it's not in vanilla, basically, as far as I know. Guys, this place has everything. So good. You know what? This is so good that I think it's not gonna get any better. I think this is far more than I would have like imagined originally when I started today's playthrough. But I think this is the right time to give our guy a bit of rest and to stop for today. What do you think, chat? Into the Void, hey, what's up? Northern Muldrow. I know Muldrow by heart, but I know Muldrow in build 41. I could probably draw a map of Muldrow from memory, but that's build 41. Build 42, I've been to Muldrow twice, just passing by, and one time I almost died. And where are you based? Where are you based in Muldrow? Curious. Is in northern Muldrow, is that motel still there? Nice. Are you using the mod that shows the generator range? You know what? I just... Okay, some things are complete. You counted? You're crazy. There's a really good mod for that shows the generator range. You just right click on the generator and it kind of creates a whole grid of the generator range. I would not have the patience to count. But yeah, I mean, if that works for you. So I guess what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna leave all my stuff here. And call it a day, guys. I think this was a really good start. I wasn't expecting that we're gonna get all the way here. I'm not gonna touch this playthrough offline. This particular playthrough we're gonna play only on stream, so you guys can follow his name, Brian. I forgot his name. You guys can follow Brian's story. From this location here, like I said, we've got two options. We can either take this road and head up north to Echo Creek. And from Echo Creek, there is also an option to go to Akron. Somewhere over here. In there. But I think I'm gonna go by your suggestions. And I think we're gonna hit the road. Refuel in Echo Creek. And then we're gonna hit the highway and head all the way to Rosewood because I want to get to that fire station. I want those fire axes. Since our guy is a fireman, it's gonna be really efficient with. And before we close, let me know what you think. Did you find this interesting? What kind of do you have any feedback? Let's just put it this way, since this is obviously my first stream. And I'm still learning how to do this. I want to keep you guys entertained. And I would appreciate feedback at all. For me, it was a lot of fun. I'm gonna be honest, it was a lot of fun. I'm gonna schedule another one. I'm gonna let you guys know. If you want heads up information, obviously, join the Discord. I'm gonna be posting most of the information there. And yeah, I still need to figure out some of the technicals because I have been reading chat off my wife's laptop. You probably want it to use right now, so darling, if by any chance watching me, I'm sorry. I'll figure this out for the next one. But it was fun, guys. It was fun. It was a really well spent 2 hours. Almost 2 hours. And yeah, that's it. So see you next time and stay tuned for another episode of the masterclass, which is going to drop on Saturday. And we are going to go medieval. Literally. Armor and swords, and we will see how good it is. So that's it. Take care. I'm gonna sign off with my regular I'm Gertrix. Cheers, guys.